Hey folks, Wish SE up here in New Hampshire. We got our hands on the SCAR L16. This gun belongs to my good friend Brad Gaudette of BG Gunworks. Hey Brad, thanks so much for loaning us this gun. The SCAR has been around now for, I believe, since commercially available since about 2010. So a little more than 3 years. So what's different about this gun from traditional AR-15s is it operates on a short stroke gas piston. And that means that you don't have all the stuff going around back here. It also means that you can have a side folder. We'll show you that in just a little bit, but you can actually turn the buttstock sideways, so if you're in and out in vehicles, that's kind of a nice feature. It has a collapsible buttstock, which is great. The actual buttstock plate is quite big, which means that you've got a lot against your body as it's there. Very easy to run ambidextrous safety here, which is a 45-degree safety, which is quite nice because it doesn't take much to flip it on or off. Ambi mag release both here and on the left side. So for you lefties, you'll be happy with that. The charging handle has a reciprocating bolt. So what that means is this charging handle right here on the left side is running back and forth as you fire the gun. You have to be aware of that for those of you maybe who run your hand up higher here. Just want to make sure you're very aware of that. You can swap out the charging handle to run it on the right side of the gun, and for those of you who run AKs, that's great because the manual of arm for charging an AK can be either this way underneath or over the top of the gun. So that's kind of nice. And if you're running AKs going back and forth, I would actually put it on the right side of the gun and just continue to run, like I run the AK. So that's pretty nice. Other features include its ability to, depending on if you had some sort of suppressor on it or the gun was incredibly dirty, you could actually change the amount of gas that's going through there, so you can regulate that gas system. And again, that's more of an issue if you're running suppressed guns or if you're in some conditions where you just couldn't clean it. The beauty of a short stroke piston is there's nothing blowing back into the action of the gun and to the bolt. So these guns run cooler in terms of this part of the gun, and with far less garbage that you got to clean out. They run very clean. The other thing you'll note about the SCAR is because most of the operating parts of the gun are right here, the gun is very well balanced. And so for some people who are used to shooting ARs, one of the nicest things about the SCARs is there's nothing going on. There's no bounce, there's nothing going on back here. So it's just less distracting. And again, that's a training issue. Finally, the last feature that I like quite a bit is the ability to raise the position here, so you've got a slightly better cheek weld, and you can get it way up there, which means your ability to mount the gun and find the front sight, or in this case a red dot optic, is really great. So anyway, that's a quick look at that. We're going to start shooting here in just a couple of minutes and give you a couple of different angles of the gun. Again, shout out to my good friend Brad Gaudette for use of his gun. If you want to check out Brad's stuff, bggunworks.com. He's an FFL dealer, also does some really fabulous work on handguns, rifles, shotguns, whatever you need. Brad's a great guy to go to. So without further ado, let's put some rounds down range. So a bolt release very similar to your AR for those of you who run that. Very easy to get to. This gun belongs to Brad, and Brad has put the Geisley trigger, SCAR trigger in it. It's a very nice trigger, wonderfully clean, sharp, beautiful reset. Wow, it is super soft shooting. It's just amazing. And what you really notice it if you're traditionally an AR shooter is there's nothing going on back here. There's no ringing, pinging. The gun shoots very flat, it's very comfortable. I was having no problems whatsoever. I've got a target out there. No problem, you know, keeping all the hits, even in fast fire string. So, gun feels great to shoot. So one nice thing about piston guns is you can obviously change the stock because you don't need the buffer tube as part of that action of the gun. So in this case, by pressing this button right here on the side, we can open up the stock, which allows, again, if you were in some kind of vehicle where you had a mission-specific reason to have the stock collapsed, you could do that, and then to open it up, you just slide it back the other way and it locks in nice and tight. That is a nice feature, again, mission specific depending on what you need. Well, folks, that was a very quick look at the SCAR L16. I really like shooting this gun. Very flat shooting, incredibly smooth and easy. Great trigger helps, but also the ergonomics of the gun are very comfortable. Your ability to change your cheek weld, bringing that up a little bit, again, collapsible stock, all those other kinds of great things in terms of being a side folder, just the general ergonomics. And the way in which a piston gun actuates, just the feel of the gun is such that it's very nice, incredibly comfortable to shoot. So from my standpoint, a huge thumbs up to the SCAR. Unfortunately, it is quite pricey, $2 grand or more. You put a nice aim point on top of it, you're adding another $700-800. But you get what you pay for. So this is a great rifle. Really enjoyed it. Special thanks again to Brad Gaudette at BG Gunworks. Check him out, bggunworks.com. Hey, appreciate all you watching. If you like this video, click the thumbs up icon, share it with your friends and family. And, as always, stay safe.